Okay, dear students, yesterday we were talking about the poem An Elementary School Classroom in Slum, and we have done the first stanza of the poem. Today we will continue the same poem, and I think in the first stanza of the poem, the poet visits the school, he goes to the slum, and there at the slum in a school he finds some of the students, he talks about them, he talks about their condition, he talks about the problems the children are facing. Now he comes to the classroom itself. When he is in the school, there is a classroom, and he comes to the classroom, that in what condition the classroom is there, how maintained the classroom is there. First of all, he talks about the walls in the classroom, and he says, also cream walls. The walls are cream colored walls are there. What does this mean? The cream color means the color of the walls. The color of the walls is not good, is not clean, is not white. That is cream color because of the dirt, because of the dust. It has not been painted recently, and that is why the walls, the color of the walls is going darker and darker. That is why the color is cream. Also cream walls. Donations. There are some items pasted to the walls that has been donated by somebody, or there are names of some of the people who have donated to their schools. These things are there on the walls, donated items or the list of names donated, making donations to the Vidyalaya or school. Shakespeare's head, there is a picture of Shakespeare's. The head of the Shakespeare is there in that picture, and the head is bald. That is a bald-headed picture of Shakespeare. Cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities. The bald head of the Shakespeare, that looks like a dome. That looks like a dome. एक गुंबद की तरह वो दिखता है, बहुत ही चिकना है, और the shape of the head, the shape of the bald head is very similar to a dome. Paved flowery Tyrolese valley. In another picture, there is Tyrolese valley that is in Austria. Tyrolese valley, that is very, very beautiful valley situated in Austria. There is a very beautiful picture of Tyrolese valley. Open-handed map awarding the world its world. There is another picture, and that is a map, perhaps donated by somebody to the school. There is a map also pasted on the wall of the school or class, awarding the world its world. That map shows the whole world. That is the map of the world, and yet for these children. But the tragedy is that, the poet says, the tragedy is that these windows, not this world, their world. The world as shown in the map does not belong to the children. That is not their world. What is their world? These children belong only to this world of the slum. They belong to no other world, no world as shown in the map. That is a different world, and the world here in the slum, that is a different world. What the poet wants to say that, very simply, that in the classroom the walls are very dirty, जो दीवारें हैं बहुत गंदी हैं, and there are some items, some pictures, some photos, something like that, some frames are there on the wall, hanging by the wall. That items were donated by some people, okay? And there is a map of the world, and here the poet presents a contrast. He presents a contrast. Contrast what? That the world as shown in the map does not belong to these children. Their world, the world of these children is different from that beautiful world, that amazing world. And their world is this slum, this school. ये जो स्कूल है, ये उनका क्या है? वर्ल्ड है. And both worlds are different. Yet for these children, these windows, not this world, not the world shown in the map. These windows, their world, where all their future is painted with the fog. Fog means, fog stands for, fog is the symbol. Fog stands for darkness. Fog means something which is unclear. Fog means something which is not defined. It is undefined. Meaning thereby that where all their future, the future of these students, the future of these students is what? Painted with a fog that is not clear. Their future is not clear. Only there is darkness in their future. A narrow street sitting with a lead sky, far from rivers, caves and stars of worlds. A narrow street, their future, the future of their children is like a narrow street. Means they don't have any wide scope in their life, in their future. Their prospects are limited. Their prospects in life are limited. They are narrow. They don't have wide scope of developing their life. They don't have wide scope of launching themselves to this world. Their scope is very, very limited. And lead sky, that is also dark. That is not very clear. A sky that is lead colored, not clear, dark. Far from rivers, caves and stars of worlds. Okay? Their world is very, very far from the world as shown in the map. What the poet says that he says that far from rivers, caves, जितने रिवर्स दिख रहे हैं, केव्स दिख रहे हैं इस मैप में जो दीवार पे दिया हुआ है, इनका जीवन क्या है उससे बहुत ही अलग है, बहुत ही दूर है. एंड far from the stars of worlds, and there are no chances, there is no scope of education, proper education provided to them. That is the thing that he wants to say. Come to the next stanza. Surely, he says, surely Shakespeare is wicked. Shakespeare is wicked. Shakespeare means a symbol of knowledge. Shakespeare means a symbol of knowledge. He was a very great writer, very great dramatist, you can say, and the map a bad example. What the poet says, for these students, for these children, even Shakespeare, who is a symbol of knowledge, is wicked for them. Shakespeare is not a very they don't know about Shakespeare, they know nothing about Shakespeare. They hate education even because that is not provided to them properly, and when something is not provided to us properly, what happens? Sometimes we develop an allergy to that thing. The same thing happens with these children. When education is not provided to them in a proper manner, in a very good environment, what happens? They develop a kind of allergy to that. They develop a kind of aversion to that education. They develop a kind of aversion to Shakespeare also. Shakespeare, the symbol of knowledge. So, knowledge is not something very, very good for them. The map, a bad example. The map hanging by the wall is not a good example because their world is different from that beautiful world. Their world has a field, their world has squalor, and their world has dirt in it. With ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. For life that slight turn in fog to endless night. What happens with sheep and sun and love? The world that is hanging by the wall. What is there? There are beautiful, big, huge ships are there. There is, you can say, love is there, sun is there, sun is there. Sun means brightness, shining, luster. Sun means luster, light, hope, उम्मीद है. तो जो वर्ल्ड वहाँ पे दीवार पे मैप में टंगा हुआ है उसमें उम्मीद है, उसमें उजाला है. But contrary to that, what is there in their life? It is full of darkness, from fog to endless night. Their life has turned from fog to endless night. Fog means not clear, unclear, not decided, undecided. Their life is undecided, their life is unclear, and from this their life is changing to a endless night. Night means all hope is lost, everything is lost, everything has gone, and there is only darkness. The poet simply wants to tell that in their life there is only darkness, nothing else. On their slack heap, very weak. Those students, those children, they are very, very weak. He just wants to say that. Slag heap, the children, slag means weak. Their hips are slag, means very weak. The children wear skins, peeped through by bones, and spectacles of steel with mended glass, like bottle bricks on stone. What is the condition? In these lines, the poet just describes the condition of the students. They are so skinny that it seems that their bones are just peeping out of their skins. Their bones are just peeping out of their skin. उनकी हड्डियाँ जो है बाहर की तरफ आ रही है, दिख रही है. ऐसा लगता है कि उनकी स्किन के द्वारा उनकी हड्डियाँ दिख रही है बाहर. और we can peep through those skins to their bones. So they are such skinny boys. And what's more, with mended glass and their spectacles, they have mended glass. Even the glasses of their spectacles are mended. Such a bad condition. Means brutally poverty stricken. These children are brutally poverty stricken children. All of their time and space are foggy slum. Nothing has been provided to them. Nothing has been provided to them. All of their time, their whole life, their whole time, and their whole possibilities are foggy slum. Everything, all their possibilities are limited to this space of the slum. Their whole life is limited to these slums in poverty, in squalor. So blot their maps with slum as big as you. Unless in this next stanza, the poet is very much grieved by the bad condition of the students, and now he will make an appeal to the people. He will make an honest appeal to the people, to the society. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, everybody, governor, the people in administration, inspector, people in administration, visitor also, anyone who comes there for a visit, what to do? This map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs, break open, till they break the town and show the children green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. Okay? बोलता है कि please kindly do something for these poor children. Do something. People, governor, inspector, visitor, anyone. This map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. these windows, this area, this slum, this poverty, that has become a part of their life. And it seems that to their grave also, when they go to their graves, when they go to the cemetery, they will be a part of this slum, this poverty. What to do? Break open. You people do something. Bring them out of this poverty. Bring them out of this condition. They break the town and show the children green fields. Green field means hopefulness. Show them something good. Do something good for them. Green fields means laughing fields, good fields. So just the poet just makes an appeal to the people, honest appeal to the people, to bring the children out of this problem, out of this poverty, and show them that this world is very, very happy. This world is full of hope, and make their world run azure on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open. History their hope, whose language is the sun. और क्या बोलता है? Make their life a heaven. Bring them out from the hell, and make their life, just provide them facilities so that they could go ahead in their life. They could also read the books. They could also get access to the knowledge. They could go ahead in their life. History their language to the sun, and sun will also become their language. Meaning thereby, sun means brightness. Sun means hopefulness. Fill their life with some hopefulness. Fill their life with some light. This is the honest appeal made by the poet to the people, to the able people who come to this place. Meaning, he is just describing the poor condition of the students in the slum, and ultimately he comes while talking about this, after talking about the students, the children, the poor children, he comes to the condition of the classroom, and he finds that nothing has been done by the so-called administrators or so-called society. Nothing has been done by them for these students, and at last, in the last portion of the poem, he just makes an appeal to the people to do something for the student, to bring them out of this hell, and to show them that the world is very, very beautiful. That's all about the poem, and in our next class, we will see that what is the technique of this poem and what are the figure of the speeches used in it. And that's all for today. Have a nice day. Okay.